And this is the ETBU Coaches Show. Hope everyone had a fantastic weekend because we are back to work. Mark T. Robinson here with none other than head track and field coach Natalie Bach-Prather and coach.
Good morning.
Good morning to you as well. You guys had a fantastic turnout. Arguably the best meet you've had all year so far, obviously.
Definitely.
With conference just around the corner, about a month away for you guys. But as a coach, talk about everything that you saw from your team. A lot of PRs, even a stadium record broken by our very own Bach-Prather. And just kind of talk about what you saw here this weekend.
Yeah, I've been most excited about this meet because it was only D3 competition, and Texas Lutheran put on a fantastic event. It's at the middle point in our season. We needed to see some things, some very specific things from several of our athletes, and we were not disappointed. A lot of highlights, and like you said, a lot of PRs. I mean, all the way from our jumpers and throwers to our sprinters, we had an incredible showing. The energy was there. Everybody was in, very, very in the moment mentally, and so this was a very good sign going forward. It was a fantastic weekend. It was a great weekend to come into kind of a bye week. We're going to get the majority of our team off this upcoming weekend, and you couldn't have asked for a better results from the other day.
Absolutely. And just talking to two of your athletes on yesterday, with the way you guys performed, even though the meet wasn't scored team-wise per se, but you guys would have, no question, been in that top 3, top 2 range with the way you guys performed. How encouraging is that as a coach, knowing that with conference around the corner and your team performing like this, you could find yourself in the top 2 as well?
I mean, I'm thrilled. I mean, this is what we've been working for. This is our 6th year to have a track team, kind of our 4th year to field a full team. So to be able to get to this point and see that we are one of those top tier teams is really exciting. I mean, we keep telling the kids that we got that potential, we have that talent, and to see that evolving and start taking shape is very, very exciting. It's making the season a lot of fun.
Absolutely, and it's definitely making it a lot of fun for us to cover as well. Just watching the athletes continue to break their own personal records, continue to improve every year. It's exciting for me as well, just to be a part of it. But one of the athletes that has really stepped up this year for you guys is Natalie Lewis, just looking at what he's done in the 100 PR, 10.8 seconds. And I feel like that drops every week for him nowadays.
It has been dropping, and that's what we've been telling him since he was a freshman, that he was capable of doing this. Sometimes we've got to get him to focus during practice, but he has really dialed it in the last couple weeks. And when he starts focusing in practice, guess what happens at the meet? And he is on fire right now. Very excited for him. And
I wouldn't be able to continue this interview without talking about the man who never stops running, and that's Bach-Prather. And the reason I say that is because just after he broke the Bulldog Stadium record in the 5K, 15 minutes or some change, 15:33 was it?
15:33.
If my memory serves me correct. But I was driving home the other day, and I saw him running. And continuing to put his miles in.
He never stops, no.
But,
he went and ran the 15, and then he did the 800 later that day.
Yes.
So he's always running, but that's what makes a good runner. I mean, he's got to get those miles in. So he is another athlete that is on fire when we need him to be. So
that's absolutely right, Coach. And you guys, after the performance at this meet, now you have the Texas Relays, which is something that you had to qualify for. So just kind of talk about, as a coach, how does that kind of fit into the overall plan? With the way I saw it was the fact that this is a very good mid-season test, kind of a mid-season grade for you guys. So what are your thoughts on that as a coach?
Yeah, I mean, we're always trying to get as many kids as we possibly can to Texas Relays. We generally can always get somebody in that 100. We've got 2 guys and 2 girls going. But we got all 4 of our relays in this year. And so I was really excited about that. Excited to see what we can do, in this type of stadium. We gave a lot of our relay runners the weekend off. This past weekend, we ran different numbers, different people, and so they're going to be fresh. It's going to be exciting to see.
Yes.
But yeah, and we also got Brooklyn, who's in the 400 hurdles. So that's the most we've ever been able to get to Texas relays. So coming off of a weekend like we did this last weekend, it's great. But I can't go further though without talking about Tia though for one quick minute. Tia Steenbecker, who also just like Datavian Lewis is turning it up and ran a 12-2,
I believe. Was it a 12-2-4?
Yeah, I think, or 12-4-2, I think.
Okay.
But either way, massive PR for her. I mean, incredible. Coming on like we knew she could. So very excited about her performance as well.
Absolutely. And she is probably in the running to get Athlete of the Week again.
Let's bring it. Let's go.
Absolutely.
Let's go.
Yes, that's another one of your athletes that is continuing to show improvement and continue to really help your team.
Yeah. She's very, very talented and a very hard worker. And so it's to see those results come in, that's awesome.
Absolutely. And also, your throwers did a solid job as well.
Very solid.
This week. And just considering that for the throwers, I feel like for them, they kind of have the toughest time in terms of, how to prepare per se and how to kind of approach each meet, not knowing, what kind of competition that they're going to be facing necessarily. But they do a solid job of staying focused and putting up the results. And this week was no exception, Coach.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we have a lot of numbers, actually, on our men and our women's side in the throwing events. And we threw a lot of people in events for the first time this season in the hammer and the javelin. And it was exciting to see. I mean, they're doing great. And, with all this weather we've been having, we have had limited amount of decent practices outside.
Right.
So to see the results from them this weekend and to see several PRs once again from our throwers was encouraging, because now we have something we can build on. We still have 4 weeks of our season left. So they're doing a fantastic job. And, we'll have several that are throwing all 4 events by conference. So.
Absolutely. And speaking of throwing, you guys had the javelin for the first time. A couple of runners in there. And did I read correctly where it said Bo Billings was throwing the javelin this weekend? Yes,
he's been wanting to. We've got him in all those other running events, but he's a senior and he's actually worked really hard on the javelin and is going to be pretty decent, I think, by conference.
Wow,
so it's like, why not? Let's throw him in there and let him have a good time. So
absolutely. Well, it was great once again speaking with you, Coach, about your team, and best of luck to you guys at the Texas Relays. We will be continuing to cover you guys and keep you guys up to date. So you can stay up to date with all things ETBU sports related at goetbutigers.com or follow us on social media at goetbutigers. Marty Robinson, Natalie Bach-Prather. We'll be back in no time.